G'day and welcome back to the channel. Now I want to talk hot glue guns. Hot glue gun. Here's one. Look, here's one I prepared earlier. And as you can see, it's had a hard life. It's been outside, inside. It's gluing itself together slowly. And I've had a bit of bad luck with hot glue guns. So I thought when I bought this one, let's buy a brand name product. And Bostik, everybody recognizes the brand name Bostik. It's world renowned for adhesives and glues. And I thought, well, if anyone can make a good hot glue gun, Bostik can. So given that we use so much, well, perhaps not you, but I use so much hot glue repairing models, because since the age of foam, hot glue is really one of the best materials, the best glues there is for fixing for fixing foam models. And even putting them together, I mean, it's quick, it's convenient, it's strong, it's durable, it's like, it's the perfect glue almost. Although it does take a bit long to dry on hot summer's days and you can burn your fingers. But apart from that, she's beauty. Right, so I bought this Bostik. What is it? It's a HG3, and in New Zealand here you can buy these anywhere from $15 to $20 or so, which is about 75 cents American. And they come with the appropriate plug. It's a mains power thing. It's a 50-watt hot glue gun, which is kind of important because you can get the little tiny ones, but they sort of a couple of squirts and then they go cold and you've got to wait for them to heat up again. I wanted something I could use continuously as I fly, almost. So I bought the Bostik one, and all was well with the wood. Came with a couple of free glue sticks, little short free glue sticks just to get you going. But when I bought the gun, I thought, I will buy some spare glue sticks. And look, lo and behold, I did. And these are the glue sticks. This is all I got left out of the packet of, I don't know how many there were, but it's all I left out of this packet. And I was getting low, so I've got 2 sticks left, as you can see, only 2 sticks left. Thought I'd better go and buy some more, because nothing worse than getting halfway through a flying session and running out of hot glue. So down I went, trotted off to the same shop from whence I bought the gun, and they don't have any glue sticks at all. No, well they do. They have the 7mm, the little tiny ones for the little craft guns. Not anything that will fit this. I thought, that's no good. So I'll go to another store, and I did. I duly went to another store, and they said, well, we've only got these ones. What size do you want? I said, well, it's the fat ones. And they said, okay, yeah, well, 10mm. And I thought, well, now before I buy, I will check, because nothing worse than going and spending money and then find you've got to take something back. So I thought, well, I will check. So I went and I had a look at the label of my Bostik hot glue guns. And I'm going to pull in here because it's important you can see this. So here you go, Bostik hot melt glue for trigger action glue gun. And it says 10mm by 180mm. So it's a 10mm diameter glue stick, right? These are the sticks I'd been using in this gun for quite some time with great success, and I bought them when I bought the gun. They were on the stand right next to the gun. Bostik, match made in heaven, perfect, no problems. I had no issues whatsoever, right? So I thought, excellent. So I thought, 10mm, it says so on the packet, and it looks like about 10mm to me, 10 mils, yeah, roughly right. So off I went to the local One Hung Lo El Cheapo Chinese Spanish shop, and I bought myself this. Let me just pull in on the label for you. Now you can see the brand there, the Chinese brand, and it is 10mm by 190mm. And you get 5, whatever that is. And it's Salonica, no idea what that is. Made in CH, which must be California, something. There's the other side of the label, commercial, America, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so you're made in the People's Republic of China, 10mm by 190mm. So that's cool. 10mm longer than the original Bostiks and the same diameter. So there we go. Let me just pull out again because you don't want to look at the handle of that all day. So there we go. We got the original glue sticks and we got the replacement glue sticks. And then I noticed something. Let's just get one of these original Bostik glue sticks out of the bag. Look at that. There you go. And let's just get one of these 10mm Chinese ones out of the bag. And I'm going to pull in again because I think you're probably going to want to see this in close detail. On the left we have the Chinese 10mm, on the right we have the Bostik 10mm. Now I'm going to line them up. Do you notice anything here? Is there something that stands out to you when comparing these 2 hot glue sticks? Well, yeah, it was pretty immediately apparent to me that one of these sticks is not like the other. One of these sticks is not 10mm. And I thought immediately, damn Chinese glue sticks. So what they've done, they've ripped me, they've sold me, well, they've put 10 mils on there, but knowing, the reputation, not undeserved reputation quite often these days, the Chinese to doing things on the cheap. I thought, this is probably 9mm. That's 10, because it says so on the Bostik packet. This must be 9. damn, I've been ripped. So I thought, well, I'm an engineer. I've got the tools for the job, and I went out and got my dial calipers. Here we go. I'm old school, analog, none of this digital carry on. And I made sure they were zeroed. Zero, there you go. And I thought, well, let's measure this Chinese so-called 10mm glue stick. So I put them in the calipers, and wouldn't you know it, exactly 10mm. See down there, that's the scale in there. It's 0, so it's 10mm. So these are 10mm, as it says on the packet. They are true to advertising. These are 10mm glue sticks. So hang on a minute. Why is the Bostik 10mm one bigger? And how much bigger is it? So again, got me dial calipers out, stuck them on, and just a reminder, that's 10mm there, and whoop, no, it's bigger than 10. So let's keep going. Right, and I'll put them up here where it's easy to measure. 10.1, because they're not perfectly round, up to 10, almost 10.3 at the widest diameter. Sorry, 11.3 at the widest diameter, down to 11 at the narrowest. So these are 11mm glue sticks. It says on the packet 10mm, but they're actually 11. Something going on here, and I think I know what it is. Now, nothing in the packaging for this glue gun actually told you what size glue sticks it used. It just says use Bostik hot melt glue, and this was the packet beside it on the stand. So this was obviously the right size, and it worked fine. But it's labelled 10mm, and it's actually 11mm. So what I'm thinking is happening here, I don't know how complicit Bostik is in this, or whether it's just a giant stuff up where they've used the wrong label on the thing. As I say, when I went in to buy more of these, there were none. They don't sell these in our shops anymore. You can't get the Bostik hot melt glue around here at all. So you've got to buy another brand. And of course, if you read the label and say, oh, it's 10mm, you go out and you buy the one hung low 10mm brand, which really is 10mm. And I'll tell you what happens. You might think, well, just use that 10mm glue stick. Don't be an ass. Well, no, you can't, because the way glue guns work is very interesting. We have this glue stick here, and it goes into here, and there's a heating chamber in here. There's a resistive element, heats up the chamber, and then when you pull on the trigger here, it forces the glue stick here behind to push in, and it pushes the glue stick into the heating chamber where it's melted and then extruded out the nozzle, right? So the problem is that as you're applying pressure with a glue stick, if there's too much clearance between the glue stick and the tube that it goes through into the chamber, the glue will run backwards through the gun. And if you've got 1.3mm of clearance because you used a 10mm glue stick instead of a 11.3, then the glue runs back and it glues up the glue gun mechanism. How do I know? Because it's happened to me before. I didn't know why it happened before. I thought, what's going on, faulty glue gun? But it wasn't. It was because, again, I bought a glue gun like this, and I went out and I bought the 10mm glue sticks, and I tried to use them, and I stuffed up my glue gun. Because the glue extrudes back, it's just as easy for it to slip past through the 1.3mm of extra spacing as it is for it to slip out the nozzle. So some of it comes out the nozzle, but a lot of it also goes back into the mechanism. And then when you turn your glue gun off, it's all frozen solid and it's buggered. You can't use it. So is this a cynical ploy by Bostik to boost sales of glue guns? Will people who do this suddenly, will they act like me and say, oh, it must have been my fault, or it must have been a faulty glue gun or something? Because my last one was pretty old when I bought 10mm glue sticks for it. And do they just rely on that? Oh, we'll go out and buy another glue gun. They're not very expensive. So what's going on here? And have the retailers pulled the real glue sticks off the shelf because they know that people will go out and buy 10mm glue sticks and end up with a buggered glue gun and have to buy a new one? I do not know. But it's interesting to note that there are 11mm glue sticks on the market. And so I went out and I bought a packet of these. Now these, let me pull on the label and I'll show you what it says. This one says glue stick 11mm by 98mm. So let's measure one of these and see what they really measure. Here we go. But look, these are so much shorter, which is really inconvenient. I hate short glue sticks because you're constantly having to replace, put new ones in. And also look at the difference in color. This glue it's not the same quality as this one. It's an inferior quality glue to that. It doesn't work as well. So these are not my first choice. Anyway, let's put them on the old dial caliper, and these ones are a little as 10.8. So they are actually less than 11mm. So there's still half a millimeter between that and the 11.3mm we're getting for the Bostik. So it is possible that these would still leak past the gun because they're still smaller than the Bostik 10mm. They're labelled 11, but they're actually smaller than the Bostik sticks that are labelled 10. Work it out. What is going on here? So here I am with hot glue gun, and I may just have to go online and try and find a supplier of the actual real Bostik hot melt glue sticks, because neither of these are really totally suitable, partly because this glue is not very good and it's very short, and because this one is too narrow and it will just gum up my glue gun. There you go. So you tell me what's going on. Have you guys had similar problems? I suspect in America you don't have glue guns that are measured in millimeters. I know there's this 1/2 inch, which is like 12.5 millimeters. So how does that work? Neither of these are 12.5. None of these are 12.5 millimeters. So maybe this is specific to this part of the world where we are all metricated. And I don't know, but thumbs up, full marks to the Chinese for being honest about the size of their glue sticks. They are absolutely dead accurate. 10 millimeters, perfectly round, really good. It looks like the good quality glue because it's got that sort of milky translucence, not sort of brown like that one. The brown one just doesn't seem to be as good. So really good glue stick, but I can't use it in my high brand name Bostik glue gun because they lie on the label about the size of glue stick they actually use. There you go. So peed off in the summer heat because my hot glue gun is out of glue. Almost out of glue. So there you go. I'd like to hear what your own experiences on this hot glue gun thing. Is it a giant conspiracy to make us buy more hot glue guns? Is it just that then on the southern hemisphere here, we just don't understand things like sizes? Or is it just retailers who have done the old bait and switch, put these up, yeah, people will think it's great, then they'll come and buy some 10mm glue sticks, bugger their glue gun, have to come back and buy a new one. Is that what's happening? I don't know. I really honestly don't know. But whatever the cause, it's really not very good at all. Anyway, there you go. Thank you for watching. And thanks to my Patreon supporters. Comments in the usual place. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, then glue it to something with your hot glue gun. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe, because there's all sorts of crazy stuff on this channel. And who knows, you may find something you like. Bye for now.